Salutations friends, welcome back to my channel. Today's video, I'm going to talk to you guys about fragrances that I've changed my mind on. These go for good and bad, and these are fragrances that I've either really liked initially and then can't stand anymore, or fragrances that I initially couldn't stand and now I liked, or some that I was kind of iffy on. Maybe I liked them on other people but not on me. The more I wear them, the more I like them. Or the more I hate them. So I figured when I review my fragrances and I do first impressions and things like that, you guys see initial reactions a lot of times, and other times you're seeing reactions on fragrances that I've spent a lot of time with. So I figured I'd just kind of recap and talk to you guys a little bit about them and just let you guys know what makes me fall out of love with a fragrance, what makes me fall in love with a fragrance that I initially didn't like. And I thought it might be a fun video. My cat's snoring in the corner, so you might hear him, but in any case, let's get this video started. So there's one fragrance that actually really initially got me thinking about filming this video, and it's Dark Rum from Malin and Goetz. I think it's called Goetz or Goetz. If I mispronounce it, please forgive me. When I did a first impression of this video over a year ago, I liked it, but I didn't love it. I didn't think it was worth the price. It's not crazy expensive. I believe 100 mils, $150. That's still very expensive, but in the world where some bottles can cost $500, it's not as expensive as others, but it still was an amount of money that I didn't think was worth it when I initially tried it, and I wore it the first week. And I wore it for, I'd say, I don't know if it was, actually it might not have been a first impression. It might have been just a review I did after. It was a scent bird that they sent me to review. Please forgive me. I'm not very good at remembering things I've done, but I will definitely link the video below if you want to check it out. My initial thoughts were I liked it, I didn't love it. It wasn't worth $150. But I actually wore through the Scentbird, and a lovely, amazing subscriber, we did a swap. We swapped a bunch of fragrances, and she had actually ordered 2 Scentbird just for her, and she wasn't the hugest fan of it. And she's like, do you want these? You know, I can include these in the swap. And I was like, yeah, that would be great. You know, I really actually enjoyed wearing it. I've worn through those. I have one more somewhere, and I keep wanting to buy it. And it's just one of those fragrances where it really took me a long time to really appreciate that fragrance a lot, and I really love it. Initially, my problem with it was it said dark rum, but it smelled kind of like soap. It's like, you know, rum doesn't have to be a heavy, thick, dense type of scent, but you do want to get some booze out of it. A great example of a really beautiful boozy scent that's not too dark is Black Phantom is a fantastic example. And I was kind of hoping for it to be something kind of like that, and it wasn't. But the more I wore this scent, the more I realized I really loved it. And it took a lot. It took oh my gosh, almost a 30 ml for me to realize I like this fragrance a lot. I haven't purchased a bottle of it yet, but I will. And just realizing that my initial review of that is, I wouldn't say it's negative, but it's not super positive. And now going back to me wanting to buy a bottle for the summer, I thought it was it would be kind of interesting to talk to you guys about other scents like that. And some of them I've talked to you guys with, and some of them I haven't, but I thought it might be fun. A perfect example of another one that I hated and how I adore is Chanel No. 5. When I worked in the fragrance shop, I hated it. I thought it smelled rancid. It smelled very dated. It just didn't appeal to me whatsoever. And then one day, I think I was in Sephora or Macy's or someplace, and I randomly spritzed it just to remind myself of it. And I was like, where have you been? And I've been in love ever since. It's beautiful. So it took some growing, it took some maturing. I don't want to say that dark rum took some maturing, because that's not a fragrance that I think has a lot of complexity to it. So I don't think you really need to kind of sit and stew on it a little bit, but you do kind of need to be in the right environment to really appreciate it. And Chanel No. 5 just became an instant love. Now, a hate of mine that I used to love, and I, for the life of me, because this was a very long time ago, cannot remember the name of it. It was a designer scent. It's discontinued. It came in like a dark blue box. It retailed, oh my gosh, like $90. I don't even remember. It was so long ago. And when I worked at the fragrance shop, I wore it all the time. I really enjoyed it. And I think I overwore it because then after I left and I didn't have as much money before because I made a lot of money there, when I started collecting fragrances again, I wanted to go and get a bottle of that. And I went to a fragrance counter and I smelled it and I was like, it was just not good on my skin at all. And I was just kind of like devastated because I was really excited to buy this bottle that I had liked wearing and I put off buying it. And there was just something about the patchouli. It was very dominant, and it's not Angel, it's not anything like that. I don't remember what it was, but it was so heavy in the patchouli, but not in a positive way. You know, those really heavily laden patchouli scents, and they're just magical and just amazing, and the other ones are suffocating. It just burnt my nose. I just didn't like it at all, and I was just kind of like done. Another scent that I used to dislike, but I actually end up loving. Unfortunately, it doesn't work on my skin, but I'm still trying to find a way to see if it'll work on my skin, is Angel from Terry Mugler. I loathed Angel. Everyone sprayed it in the shop. Everyone. It was Chanel No. 5 and Angel constantly. And those, like, Angel, you guys know, if you spray it and you are like 50 yards from someone, you can smell it. It travels, it's thick, it lingers, it's long lasting. And when like 50 people come in during Christmas and they all are wearing Angel and they're reapplying Angel and they're showing Angel to their friends, it just like sticks in the back of your throat. It coats your nostrils. It's just not pleasant experience whatsoever. And for a while, if I even smelled Angel, I was like, it just reminded me of that suffocating, stifling environment. A little bit later on, I was trying other fragrances from Mugler, and a salesperson came. She handed me, have you tried this one? This is one of their most popular. And I didn't even think about it. I grabbed it and I smelled it, and it was Angel. But it smelled so good and I forgot. And so I bought a bottle of it and I wore it, and it just fell flat on my skin. But I was so sad, so I sold the bottle. But after that moment, I loved it. I loved smelling it in the wild. I loved coming, you know, meeting people or being in a store and smelling it, or, you know, being in a fragrance counter and when someone would spray themselves or spray a strip, you'd smell it. Like, I got so excited. And so because I get so excited, I would keep buying. I think I bought like 4 or 5 bottles of this. I'd wear it a few times and my skin just, it wouldn't work on my skin. There's something about my skin's body chemistry that just throws Angel out of balance. It's not that it smells bad, it just doesn't smell as beautiful as it does on other people. And that was just heartbreaking. It was so heartbreaking. And so I'm trying again. Like, I have this. I did a swap with someone. If you watch my channel, thank you so much. I was so ridiculously excited when you offered one of these to swap, and I was like, yes. It's Angel Au Sucre, and I want to try this. I want to see if maybe another kind of flanker of it will work better on my skin. So I haven't tried this yet. I'm really super duper excited, like so excited. And I'm gonna try it again. And if that works, maybe I'll get another bottle of Angel. I don't know. And for some reason, I don't buy decants of it or ask for samples. I just buy a bottle blindly. So we'll see. But that's one that initially I hated, like couldn't stand, and then just it's kind of like an aha moment or something. And so I don't know, like I thought because of Dark Rum, because of the bottle I hated the longest time ago, and I'm trying to remember the name of it. If I can remember the name of it, I will write it in the comment section or the description box below. It's in no way bashing the fragrance because I did really love it. It's like the patchouli just, I went from liking how that patchouli was to hating how that patchouli was. And it just, you know, like, and so the Dark Rum and like Chanel No. 5, and I just thought it might be interesting and fun to like kind of talk about fragrances that I initially didn't like and now I love or was meh on, and then kind of like Angel, which I kind of fought with and I still fight with it, but I love it. I absolutely love it. I also really like, and I used to hate it, but now I love it, and this is so weird, but you guys know, if you like vintage fragrances, I love vintage fragrances. So when I'm saying this, I'm not talking about good vintage fragrances. I'm talking about really cheap drugstore vintage fragrances that a loved one has had in their bathroom on the vanity in the sun for like 20 or 30 years, and it just turns and it's sharp and it's bitter for some reason, and it's a little bit sickeningly sweet, and it smells separated. For some reason, I love that. I love that smell. I do not want to wear it. I do not want to smell it on somebody else, but I like that smell too. And that's a fragrant thing growing up that I just could not stand. And now I kind of like, it's very nostalgic to me. Just kind of reminds me of people I love, and it just takes me to a happy place. I really like that smell. So it's not so related to this video, but it kind of is. Anyway, I figured I'd talk to you guys about this because you're gonna see reviews from me. And what I like to do is I really like to review fragrances that are in my collection because of situations like this. Because for the most part, a lot of these has been in my collection for months or years. And so when I review something for you guys, I'm coming to you guys at a place of, I've worn this for years, I've sampled it forever, and I'm finally reviewing it for you guys, which is a lot of times why you'll also see very positive reviews on my channel, because if it's from my collection, generally it's going to be a positive review because I paid money for it because I really enjoyed it. But there are times where I do work with different brands and I'm given the opportunity to sample and review things that are new releases or things like that, and I'm always very grateful. But I feel like I'm always the last person to review those things because I always hold on to them, and I'm like, you gotta give me like 2 months. I can't get this out in like a week. There's no way I'm gonna do that. But issues like dark rum and things like that, that even if I've reviewed it or tried it for a month or two, it might take a long time for me to really appreciate its beauty. So I just kind of like wanted to sit down and talk to you guys about that. I know I've been doing a lot of sit down chit chat videos with you. And I'm gonna have to apologize. My schedule for filming has been so crazy. It's been in and out of being really early on time and really late at night and things like that. The weather's been kind of weird. It's been dry, it's been raining, and what happens is I have a giant nose. My sinus cavity is like my entire face, and anytime there's a little imbalance in any of that stuff, it's really hard for me to smell. And when I review fragrances, I like to sample them and smell them and kind of meditate on them, although not really meditate on them, for at least a day or two before I do the review. I might spray a few strips with them and carry it around with me, or wear it in the middle of the day or in the evening. And just so that way when I give you guys a review, I can give you guys like a fresh idea of how it smells. So that way I'm not mincing words more than I normally do. So my nose has been kind of... That's all these chit-chat videos. But I do enjoy doing these for you guys, so that's why you haven't seen a lot of reviews. That's why usually I pre-film and I have everything scheduled, and my schedule has just been shot goodbye, gone, decimated because of this just like runny nose. So hopefully in the next few days it's cleared up. I'll be able to get back to reviewing for you guys. Until then, you get to sit down and chat with me. I'm very sorry. But I thought this video would be fun and entertaining, and I really like having conversations with you guys. I love learning about you guys. I love learning about what you guys like because you influence what I buy so much. I don't know, a lot of you guys say, I influence what you buy, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope I led you in the right way, but you guys influence what I buy so much. It is insane, which is why I'm always like, tell me what you like below. Anyway, that's why I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about this, because you know, experiences do change your mind, good or bad, and I just kind of like wanted to talk to you guys about that. So that way, if I do a review of something and, you know, maybe 6 months or a year before I gave it a subpar review and then I'm like raving about it, it's probably like a dark rum or a Chanel No. 5. Initially, I probably wasn't wowed or even hated it, but it took some time, really needed to get to know them to really appreciate their beauty. So, and then that one fragrance, I hate it. I can't It's bothering me. I can't remember what it was. Anyway, I'm gonna end this video here because I'm rambling. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you guys like chit chat videos like this, I really enjoy just talking to you guys about fragrance. It's one of my favorite things to talk about. If you like these types of videos, remember to give this video a thumbs up. It lets me know to continue doing videos like this. And also don't forget to subscribe because it's free and I'm free. And I put out new videos every Monday through Friday and sometimes on the weekends as well. So I'll always have something for you to watch. In any case, I hope you guys are all happy and healthy and have a great day, month, year, whatever. And I'll see you next time. Bye.